And for more reaction to the U.S.'s decision to move away from ICANN and leave control in the hands of the global internet community, Mark New joins us now from San Francisco, which of course is a major tech center here in the United States. Hi, Mark.
Phil, while there's been a lot of debate about in Washington how the nuts and bolts of the system of web addresses and domain names change has perhaps an even greater impact in this region. For starters, ICANN, the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, is a nonprofit group based in California. And of course, Silicon Valley and San Francisco are home to some of the leading tech innovations worldwide. I was curious to find out how engineers and startups and techies here felt about the potential changes in oversight of ICANN, so I visited a developers conference taking place in San Francisco to get a sampling of the opinion.
Most important thing that they get right would be that they just organize the registrations correctly, because if they did it wrong, then it's just going to cause a lot of hassles in setting up the technology to work with the registries. In addition, if they don't handle it correctly, then it could increase prices for everyone.
Well, I'm Canadian, so I have a different opinion. What I think is, it seems like a universal system, the naming convention. So I'm not sure that it belongs in the U.S. from my standpoint. I think that having a global governing body makes a little more sense to me.
I would just hope it's efficient. At the end of the day, the last thing you want to do is start messing with people's interpretation of how they get domains, how they start addressing things. So it's certainly, if it goes well, and fingers crossed it will do, because getting it out of the US hands, so to speak, may be a move for the better.
In fact, just about everyone I spoke to here agreed that it would be a better idea for the U.S. to reduce its oversight control of ICANN. Only one software company president told me he disagreed, simply saying he doesn't understand why the U.S. would want to relinquish control of something that presently works and works well. Phil.
With the folks that you spoke to, are some perhaps worried that there might be more censorship or the possibility of greater censorship?
There was some concern, but not much. In general, the greater concern from the tech sector has been about efficiency as opposed to censorship, as long as it truly is an international body that provides oversight and not a government body. In fact, several people I spoke to here cited the NSA scandal as evidence that the internet should not be in the hands of any government. The U.S. Commerce Department appears to realize that, as it has recently said the U.S. will not relinquish control unless it's sure another government-led organization won't be taking its place. The Commerce Department also said the new governance model must also maintain the openness of the internet, but down the road there will likely need to be debates about, for example, things like copyright or spam, and whether they should be policed as part of the domain name system. You can bet that censorship issues will likely be a part of those debates, but for the most part, experts and businesses do not expect a significant impact in the near future. The contract between the Commerce Department and ICANN is set to expire in September 2015. Phil.
Mark New, San Francisco, thank you.